Okay, it is 6:30, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. The first thing we're going to do is act on the agenda.
I move that we accept the agenda as written.
I second. Oh.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we're going to act on the minutes of February 23rd.
Yeah, I move to accept them as written.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. Charlie, I'm assuming you're here for road commissioner report, not public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. So now let's move on to new business, and we need to organize the board. Susan?
I'd like to nominate Robin Trask to be the chair.
Okay. So Robin Trask is going to speak up first. And first of all, I want to say that I am so glad we are all still together. I'm really glad we're all still together, and I think we work really great as a team. I have enjoyed being the chair, and I think that that at this juncture, I really would like to ask Rich if he would like to be the chair. I have 2 new grandbabies coming, and Rich and I work really well hand in hand, and I don't know if I can nominate myself as the vice chair, but I'd like to continue, if Rich would be willing to, continue our working together.
So I nominate Rich as the chairperson.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I nominate Robin as
You
the...
didn't ask me if I was willing.
Are you willing?
I'm just teasing. Just teasing.
I'll nominate Robin as the vice chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everyone, because we really have had I think that we've all worked so well together, but I would like to,
Yeah.
I'd like to hand it over to
Me
Rich for a while.
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah. But I really, yes, yeah, well, thank you.
Oh,
I thank you for nominating me, and it's, yeah. Susan?
I would like to say that I feel like we've been a great team, all of us, and I'm really delighted that we're all back, and the 2 of you together have clearly managed us very well, and I would expect that to continue.
I enjoy working with Rich.
Yeah.
I really do. I think we do well, but all of us, we are all a team that works really well together.
Indeed.
So thank you for the nomination. Thank you for electing me as vice chair. Thank you for taking on the responsibility as chair, and I truly appreciate it because it frees up a little bit of time for me as well. And I will just keep doing what we're doing. All right, annual appointments. See page 2. So we need to start off with a fence viewer, which is currently Melissa Gates Perry. Melissa, would you like to continue as the fence viewer?
Sure.
I'd like to nominate. Do you have to nominate, or do we just, how does
I
this,
think it's appointed, it
I
says.
think it's appointed.
so we can just say yay or nay on that? Or do we have to
I don't
make a
think we even
motion?
have to vote, do we?
I don't know.
Well, technically you should.
Oh, okay.
Should follow the normal
I know.
process.
Can I direct the chair to make one? What is Joe
Am I the
saying?
chair
To
already?
make one.
Oh, wait, do we switch over?
Yeah,
all
he's
of
the new chair.
Oh, well then here, it's all on you. There you
Thank you.
go, you're the fence viewer.
Okay.
Can we just vote on them as a
All right.
package?
Let's do them one by one.
Yeah, we can do one by one.
Okay.
Because there are a couple blanks that need to be
Right.
filled in.
So I nominate Melissa as fence viewer. Second.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Weigher of coal. Robin Trask, would you be willing to be the weigher of coal again?
I would.
I therefore
Yes.
nominate you to the office of weigher of coal.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I am willing to be tree warden if someone wants to nominate me.
I'll nominate Richard to be the tree warden.
I would second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we have to find an inspector of lumber, shingles, and wood.
I would nominate Chris to be the inspector of lumber, shingles, and wood.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay. Now, we also need a town fire warden. Are there any nominations for the office of town fire warden?
We did receive a letter from
Oh, Jeanette's hands up.
Jeanette. Oh, I'm
Jeanette,
sorry, I
please.
didn't-
Mr. Chairman, I left that blank. Gene Patagus is willing to stay on as fire warden. The job he wants to give up and we had a request for is further down the list under emergency management coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I know, Gene Patagus is happy to continue on as the fire warden.
Okay.
I would,
Robin,
I would nominate Gene Patagus.
I will second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Jean is our fire warden. Select board clerk,
And now I would like to nominate Jeanette.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Very good. Emergency management coordinator, do we have a new nominee?
Rich Wood.
Okay.
I would like to nominate Rich Wood.
I would second that.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Okay. Environmental officer, Andover Board of Health, is there anything we need to do with that?
No, you can continue acting as that officer as you are all currently acting as the Andover Board of Health
Right, okay,
and can continue
Good.
on in that other role as well.
excellent. We have Deborah Moser, who has served previously as Green Up Chairman. I would nominate her for that office for this following
Second.
year. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Lister Assessor.
I would nominate Jonathan Stevens.
Isn't he more like an employee?
Well, he's also
Well,
he's
filling
the
two
lister,
positions. He's
and
a
he's
part-time.
part-time.
Isn't he a part-time clerk?
He is the appointed assistant town clerk. And
Oh.
that falls under my purview, and then the lister assessor is a position appointed by the select board.
Mm-hmm. Any further discussion of Jonathan? We have a nomination. Did we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agency of Transportation Rep. Charlie, are you willing to serve in that?
It's been me. I haven't been to one of their meetings in a long time, but
Okay.
I'll continue that.
I'd like to nominate Charlie Golden.
I would second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And Vermont Solid Waste District Rep. Any news as to whether Joe would be willing to continue?
I believe that he is.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Joe Kronberger.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We've done the slate. All right, our next order of business. So we've done annual appointments. Now we have to update and/or what is reopt? Readopt?
Readopt.
Readopt the rules of procedure.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I might suggest that you table that until the next meeting, as I did not send out our current procedure for everyone to refresh their memories on, so, and I don't have copies out at the moment, so I might suggest tabling that until your next meeting.
Any discussion of this? Do we, anyone see
I move
an
that we
issue?
table it until the next meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, tabled. Financial overview.
So there are two different reports, although they look very similar. One of them says previous year comparison, so what it gives you in the far left-hand column is where we are to today, this year. The next column in dollars gives you where we were on this same date last year. And then it tells you the dollar change, whether it's an increase or decrease, and the final column gives you a percentage of that change. Most of them are, it's,
Bless you.
Sorry.
it's interesting information. What our heat has increased by almost 50%.
Yes.
I was pleased to see that our insurance and benefits for employees and things have only increased by about 3% over last year. So that's really good considering the health insurance increases that we took on this year. And what else? Our tax collection is up over last year, so that's good news. The gas tax, we normally receive quarterly. In 2023, because of the flood, the state gave every municipality all its money all up front to help everybody because we were all financially struggling, and they continued that practice in 2024 and then stopped the practice and went back to quarterly in 2025. So our next check will be in April, and then our final one is in June.
Okay, so it should be similar to last year?
It will be, yeah. I
Okay.
think it went up a little bit over last year. Our interest, you can see, as you know, interest rates have decreased slightly, so you can see in that income column
Right.
that our interest income is down by about 13%. And that's not due to less money in the bank overall, really. It's that decrease in rates.
Yeah, I noticed the heat was up 44%. Can't do anything about that.
Some of that too is we had been able to pay for some of our heat in the town hall through the ARPA grant, which has now been used up. And that's some of that increase as well.
Been a cold winter too.
Correct. And every time we rent it out, the heat stays on for a longer period of time at higher temperatures than we usually do. So we've rented it out a few times, certainly in the cooler months, and that makes a difference as well.
We're still with Marcel's for oil, correct?
We are.
Okay,
And we raise our hand? I'm raising my hand.
please, Robin.
I just wondered, ledge, is that up so much because we didn't ever get any ledge before, or is it, it's like 100%?
Down here.
Or is it just under,
It went from
Maybe they
0 to
fluctuate.
I mean, it's
500
not a whole lot.
to $500.
As far as the,
$500.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But isn't ledge what we would be using for rip, is that the same as riprap?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
So some of that's ditching, some of that's
Yeah,
muddy roads,
right.
and we're not there yet.
Right.
Last year, we may have needed it earlier for a thaw, or, some ditching was started or something.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other items for discussion?
So the second report is just, it's not comparing to last year, it's just comparing where we are to our budget. Is what the other one says, cash basis budget. So it's literally where we are. The fifth page, and I highlighted it on every report, our net income, we're still at over $400,000 with March, April, May.
Do you have a
So
fifth
4 months
page?
left
I don't have a fifth page.
Yeah, I don't have
on the second report.
It's on the
I have
last
one
page.
stapled report that has two, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe I didn't get that one.
You didn't get this one,
Alright.
sorry.
No worries. This is cash basis budget.
Right, so that's where we are in dollars versus
Okay.
this year's budget.
Excellent. Should not anything stand out to you for discussion?
No, I was pleased that we're still under budget overall for highway material. I mean, to me, that's always a good thing, coming into mud season. Right, Charlie?
Yes.
So it's there, I think we should need it. And because of grant money that we've received, and, some of these other areas being a little below budget right now, we have over $400,000 left for 4 months of this fiscal year, so I think that's a very comfortable place to be.
Would anyone like to do any more review or discussion of the financial overview? Okay, I think we can move on to town meeting follow-up. So the town meeting, was mostly quieter than last year, from my perspective. I think we had a repeat person who was upset about something, and I think everyone took it in stride pretty much. Turnout I thought was okay. We didn't have extensive discussion, although it was a little longer than some would like about the next meeting date and time. I think John Bliss did a really good job of, for the most part, as much as he could to keep things on track. Does anyone have other observations, please?
I wanted to thank Jeanette for being so open to messing around with the format of the hall. And I just wanted to say, I really appreciated very much that we were all seated together, that our board was seated together, but truly, I have no perspective whatsoever on whether changing the direction of the seats had any effect as to the audibility. So I'm really curious because I have no clue. It didn't make much of a difference to me, but I was just curious.
I asked a few people and they said they could hear much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And actually they wondered, how is it that I heard so much better? I'm trying to talk to everyone here.
Yeah.
When John didn't actually have a microphone that was working, even though he was using it.
Right, yeah.
And I said that I think it's the dynamics of the building and the way it's built, like we were told.
That's so
That's
nice to.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
No,
so
please.
nice to hear.
Please.
But I truly
Yeah.
couldn't tell from where I sat.
Yeah, Architect, I think, suggested that to us.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he had said that's why that it is the way that it's
that's
shaped
nice.
that it's made to speak in the length of the building.
It makes
I guess.
sense given where the stage is.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
But
right.
sitting where I was, I have to admit, I couldn't get a perspective on it.
Right.
You know,
I-
I'm sorry.
Please.
I was just wondering if maybe one of the rules is when people want to speak, yep, they got recognized, they need to stand and be recognized. So A, it's good for minute taking, so we're sure. And B, when someone's standing, I think we would have had a better chance of hearing because I even where I was sitting, I couldn't necessarily hear when people were tucked down behind other people.
So we'll remember that next time.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that having people.
Yes.
I thank you for asking Joe about and also letting people know about updating our town plan. I am in hopes that we see something from that or we hear more about it as a board, and that is something that they're looking into. But I thank you for letting, I wish that more people would have asked more questions about that.
No,
Susan?
thank you. And I, looking back at it, I wish I had kind of prodded him to say something. He didn't even say anything. And I was thinking, if he doesn't come to us sometime in the relatively next couple months, maybe we should invite him to discuss it. Because, I mean, without getting into the nuts and bolts, I think it would be great to have him come and talk to us a little bit.
Anyone see any issues with inviting Joe to find a time to come and visit and share their plans?
No, I don't see any
Yeah, I
issues.
don't think it's urgent in the sense, but I mean, presumably he will come in
Okay.
anyway, usually, but yeah.
So now, what would be the proper process for contacting Joe about that?
Either I can email him and ask him if he would like to come to a meeting and, get a date that would
Okay.
work for him.
That would be good.
I can do that.
Okay. Does anyone know what happened to the sound system and the lack of the microphone working?
All that equipment and setup was Okemo, so
Right.
I don't know if their soundboard wasn't working. Rebecca didn't say.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it was.
All right.
And we had decided not to use the usual portable microphone and speaker that we, the town, own because we've had so much trouble with it in the past. Not working when we needed it to, ironically.
Any other discussion of the town meeting?
I've heard more than enough about it this week.
So nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Okay. And you wish you could subtract?
Absolutely.
All right. I think we can move on to old business. Robin, do you have updates on MERP?
I do. I reached out to Jason at All Points Construction and Shelley and had asked them what our next, what the next steps are. And I did receive an email today from Jason, saying that I had asked if he could be available for a site visit, and he said that he would be available Monday or Tuesday of next week for a site visit. So I have not responded because I wanted to talk to all of you. There are a few things that I think we need to go over. One of the things I had mentioned to him is that Jeanette and Charlie really need to know what the time frames are and what that's going to look like, and do certain things need to get cleaned up and moved around. And so I'm hoping at that site visit that would be addressed. Charlie, I did also talk to him. I talked to him about the doors and what we had talked about, windows, and that would also be something that I think that we would be able to discuss at
Monday or Tuesday this coming week.
That's what he said. So I guess we'll.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
who-
can be available.
I can be available Monday. I could be available Tuesday with baby in tow.
Okay.
So, how do you want to? I was thinking maybe both of us should be
Yeah.
there. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's good. I've been kind of out of the loop, so I need to get back up to speed. Monday mornings I have a 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, but after that I'm available.
So, what would work for you, Charlie?
You let me know and we'll make it work as long as there's no weather.
So, can I shoot for Monday?
Please.
And I
I can be there by 10, but
Okay. I'll shoot for Monday and let you know and let Charlie know. And Jeanette, does that work for you? As
I
I
wonder if you were going to ask me.
know, right?
Yeah. Yes, Monday at 10. I don't have anybody on the calendar.
Okay.
Here that
Okay.
needs me.
All right. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm gonna have to switch this up so I can see behind me here at some point. Other than that, they did give a few time frames, but we'll go over those, and you all have the email.
please. Chris?
Jeanette, do you have the capability, if you had to vacate this for even maybe a week or more, to do what you need to do from like maybe the town hall or from home?
I do, fortunately, so we use QuickBooks for our accounting system, and all of that is in that laptop. So I can take that laptop and still be able to do all the money stuff.
So with some notice, you can make it work.
Yes.
Perfect.
You know, what I'm curious about is, do you need us out completely? And what we have to be mindful of is we are legally obligated to provide access to that vault with a reasonable time frame.
Right.
So we need to put out notice if it's not going to be accessible at all for a period of time, so that we have met that obligation to say to people, I'm sorry, we just can't. Or get some idea of, would there be a day, if they aren't gonna be here on Friday afternoons, do I need to be here to let some people come and do title searching if necessary, that kind of thing. So it's gonna be it might be a little interesting as far as that goes, is accessing the vault.
Please, Robin?
So if you're available on Monday, if 10 works out,
Mhm.
those are questions. Will you have that list of questions?
Yeah,
Great.
sure, yep. Absolutely.
Please, Robin.
And I had discussed with Rich earlier about he and I still working very closely with this. Is everyone okay with that? I'm just asking that just because.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If anyone would like to step in.
Would like to join us on Monday and get a grasp on exactly what,
Okay. Excellent.
I'm
Any
also
other
working.
discussion of MERP? Okay. Road Commissioners report.
Not much. We discussed the backhoe. I think you guys are gonna talk about that, maybe if you had time.
Right.
Salt, we almost filled the shed.
Super.
So I got a call from the people at Barrett's who truck for Cargill, who were contracted under, and basically said, hopefully you have enough salt to get through the rest of the season. And I said, your guess is as good as mine. Hopefully we can, but he still doesn't have an idea when they're gonna see any Cargill salt.
Okay.
So even the last load we got through Barrett's was that increased rate of 120, I believe, a
Okay.
ton. So that's, I believe, 3 loads that we've got at that rate, and then 2 at that 170 from Sean at Crown Point. So now we're just holding off and keeping our fingers crossed that we can sneak through. Can we make it? I really don't know. It depends on what this next week's going to do. If it is like it has been, I think we'll be okay. We can skimp here and skimp there. We've been able to make it by. The days definitely are warming up. Sun's definitely hotter. So maybe, you know, half a day of the roads not being as good as they could be. To just let Mother Nature warm them up rather than putting the salt to them. But that's as far as what he told me anyways. That's all the information I have.
Please. Yes.
This is just curious. I'm curious because obviously we trust you to do the right thing, but just total curiosity. Like, say you had to, you've sort of been rationing right along, but what if you had to really ration? Would you just do the common sense thing and use most of it on the public roads and not the?
So what we've
How do you
talked,
do that?
Well, we don't know because we've never had to do it before.
Uh-huh.
But we have talked about it like a month or so ago of maybe like Boynton Hill just sanding it. The new section on North Hill just sanding it, kind of the main thoroughfare. You know, most of East Hill and the main road. Probably Hilltop because Hilltop's tough because it's a hill on both sides. We'd have to still salt. But just trying to cut back where we could. Hopefully we don't have to do that. But yeah, we have discussed it to try to figure out which areas we could tighten up on more than we are already.
Yeah, clearly it's an art as well as a science.
It's guesswork. There's not a whole lot of art to it. You know, history repeats itself. We kind of know what you have to do, but there's really no rhyme or reason to it. We had to salt the other night. I didn't think we would have had to salt, but the roads got pretty slippery when I had to come in and salt. So you never really know.
Please.
So we talked about this, I believe, the last meeting. Me checking on the loader backhoe, and so I was just waiting to get through the town meeting before I did anything. But I want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, I'm gonna check in. I want to figure out what the difference between when I looked everything over that
Did I
they
sent
sent
to
you.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw where it's like purchase lease. Well, they're two different things. So I want to hear from that person, but I didn't reach out to him yet until we had this meeting. I'm not going to make any actions, of course, but I want to find out. I just want to dig into it and find out all the information from the dealers, basically, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
Please.
And then hopefully I'll have, in 2 weeks, I'll have at least some answers on what. And as you saw the email that the 2024 loaders are gone, but they had some 25. I'll get some of those answers though, and I'll talk with Charlie. We can pin it down to necessity, wants, budget, the whole spiel, and then we can all make a decision.
Yeah, I can give you the contact information. As far as the lease, purchase, or whatever, however that was termed, is exactly how the loader is, just so you know. But you can ask Jeff those questions.
I will. Thank you.
Rather than me trying to tell you what he told me or whatever, it's easier if you hear it directly from him, I believe.
Well, it said 5-year purchase lease and 7-year purchase lease, and I'm like, well, there's a 5-year purchase and a 5-year lease, but at the end of the lease, typically you turn something back
so
in.
they're not. I don't know why it's termed that
So
way.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page that there's not 50,000 or 100,000 due at the end of this purchase lease versus, we just own it and then budgeting and et cetera. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I have a question sort of in the long term. So we have a truck purchase coming up, is that right?
Yes.
And we have a certain amount of money in a fund that is designated for replacing these things. So much for this year, probably another similar amount next year that we'll put in that. But my current understanding is that we could not outright buy a new backhoe and a new truck outright.
I think I just looked at the numbers and I think it was like 184 or something that was in there.
Right.
Jeanette would probably know better than I. But I think that's what I saw.
So one or the other is going to have to be on a payment plan or purchase lease, whatever you
And
call
I
it.
don't think that the truck we're gonna see, like I said before, this winter anyway. The only thing that you guys agreed to on the truck was when the cab and chassis comes in before it is sent off to be built, is we would pay 50% of that purchase price.
114 is what we have on capital equipment fund. So then in August, we'd be adding another
Another
100.
100.
And we already made the loader, we only make one payment a
A
year for
year.
the loader, and that's been made for this year, so that money's
Right.
taken care of.
Okay. All right, I guess we'll await your investigation before we can make any decisions.
Sounds good.
Anything else on Highways Garage?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I think we can move to financial orders.
Are
they
in
here?
the folder.
Okay.
Now, because I sign them, doesn't Rich need to sign off on them? As opposed to me?
Rich will
How does
still
that
need
work?
to sign those reports because you signed the invoices.
Mm-hmm.
And then next Monday, you'll start the Monday process
Right.
and sign.
Mhm.
And so the next meeting, Robin, you'll start signing those reports.
All right.
And while we're all signing, look at how beautiful the sky
I know,
is.
right? I was just looking at the window thinking that.
Beautiful. I already signed these, so I don't.
That's exactly the one.
I know. I knew that.
Detail.
We sign the minutes at the same
Okay.
time, because it's all part of it.
Lori gave you one penny too much. For real?
And she'd already written the check, and I'm like, I can't make you write another check for a penny, just stop. That's so funny.
I wouldn't have
that's
known if I
funny.
hadn't seen it on there.
That's fine.
That is the good luck penny, and you're going to get it back.
Sooner or later. Not to get way off track, but while we're signing, Sunoco and so now rounds up or rounds down, we don't take pennies anymore. We
No
don't
way.
give pennies anymore.
They round up.
We're down
To the nickel or dime or what?
to the nickel.
Nickel?
I think everything so far I've seen is down now. It's 3 cents off today.
Okay.
Yeah, the Chinese takeout place has been rounding down.
You know why? Because they've stopped making pennies.
Well, right.
And they're pulling them out of circulation.
Right.
So all the banks and everything, as they get pennies, they're just trying to pull them out of circulation.
Now they just have to figure out how, when these calculations happen, that, the penny's just not, and
Right.
everything needs to be,
Gonna
5
change
cents.
the world as we know it.
Right?
Just think our grandchildren aren't gonna know how to count
I
pennies.
know, right?
Mine are.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach them.
To save a jug of pennies.
That's
This
right.
is, I have a jug of pennies.
For counting.
Ancient history.
Do we have any correspondence?
We did get an estimate from Powers, if there's interest in getting the generator here, like getting that high level service done. So, I don't know if you wanna make a decision or wait and try to get an estimate once we get the information to Brookfield. But it's for $1,200 to do like everything,
To 2 or to 1?
To 2 or 1?
Three?
to one.
Oh, just for
It has
one.
never been serviced since we've owned it, so it needs a deep cleaning and filters changed and spark plugs, and I think it says battery wires, 2 of the wires are corroded. Run test,
Most of it is labor.
It's already burning a little oil, just
Yeah.
FYI,
It's
so
not good.
I'm not sure how long it's actually gonna last, so maintenance plan, I think would be a wonderful idea.
and I don't know if that price would still be the same if you signed the service contract that they proposed, which was a lot less than that.
Right.
That's what I'm not clear about. I can ask them, but so far I haven't been able to get them to take the Ludlow address off the invoice, so I haven't been very optimistic about contacting and asking.
Robin?
So, can we have you contact them, Jeanette, and ask them if indeed we were to sign the contract, would this service be included? I'm assuming, I know how mine works, it is included.
Yeah, I can certainly verify with
Can
them
you
before
verify
doing
that?
anything one way or the other.
And then would anyone feel comfortable that if indeed it was included, that we go ahead and accept the service contract? Like we say that we will right now, so we don't have to wait? Or how do you, I mean, I would make a motion, I guess what I'm trying to say, and I don't know if you all want to do this or not, just so that we're not waiting for another 2 weeks, that if indeed this is included in the contract, I would make a motion that we do sign the contract and that we move forward so that they can get
Jeanette's
this.
hand is up.
Question?
Jeanette?
Oh,
I was just gonna
Jeanette.
say, great to just try to get something to move forward. I will point out that they don't wanna be anywhere near doing any of this until it's like May or later, just because of
Oh.
the snow and the ice and they want everything to be dry and before they even think about coming to maintain it. So I feel like we have a little time, it's not quite as urgent as getting it done that quickly, is all. So
Okay,
I could
thank
find
you
out,
for that,
I
yeah.
could find out and bring it to the next meeting and then you can make a decision. one
I'm
way or
just
the other.
confused, because wasn't there a conversation about finding somebody to service both of them? And were we waiting for information about that? Or this sounds kind of urgent if it's burning away.
So I contacted another company that
Oh.
services generators. They are just waiting on me to give them make and model and serial number, I think,
So you haven't
On all
really gotten
three
a
of them.
response?
on all three of them.
Unfortunately, last week I did not have the time to look
Oh.
for all that.
So that was just last week. So.
So then
Please, Robin?
can I reiterate or step back and make a motion that Jeanette find out whether Powers, this would be part of their service contract, and in the meantime, Chris would look into, and that we put this on the next agenda after we find those questions out. Does that-
Second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Melissa, do you have a motion?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.